All right, so yeah, starting on lesson 7, right? So when we do this, friendly reminder, these 3 topics here, what we did the last 2 days, ratios, rates, proportions, units, and percents, they total 15%, right, of all the SAT. So today, if we're talking about percents and tomorrow we're talking about units, that's 10% in these particular categories. These are things that are really introduced like in what, 5th grade, 6th grade, maybe even younger for you because you've spent your life staring at a phone and you know how much battery is there by percent. It's very interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, here you go. Example 2. There's the solution the way that we did one, and there's a way that the SAT has a solution. I want to go through both, okay? So the way that we did this the other day was we said 1 inch equals 3 feet. What's 1 square inch? How many square feet? 9 square feet. You have to square both sides, right? So then you could use this to figure out the area that way. 3.5 times 5. That's 17.5, but that's in square inches. So that means for every square inch, there's 9 square feet. If we take that times 9, only one of these options is that times 9, right? I don't even have to, since it's multiple choice, it's not this, it's not that. 9 times 10 alone is 90, right, guys? You get what I'm saying? So it's got to be D. Here's the other way to do it. I want to show you the official SAT version. Okay, here we go. What they did, they went and found the area by converting it beforehand. Did any of you do that? Okay, that's fine. It's the same way. Yeah, good. Right? So they said 3.5 inches. Well, that's got to be 3.5 feet, right? And the other side is 3 feet. And multiply those. Sorry, 3 by 3.5 and 3 by 5. And then you multiply those. And the only way that you could get 10 times 15 is about that, right? You don't even have to use a calculator if you know the options. You get what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to game it when it's a multiple choice question, right? Find a good strategy. All right, here's the example 3. Let's talk about that one. Here's how I did it. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, and it's asking me about 1,000 kilometers, right? So I know this. If I turn this into 1,000 miles, then this would be 1,600 kilometers, right, people? Okay. Now, 1,600 kilometers is 1,000 miles. What is 1,000 kilometers then? Ignore the 60. Is it halfway, more than halfway, or less than halfway to 1,600? A little bit more than half of that, right? So something a little bit more than half of 1,000 miles. Right there. Right? Now, you could go the long way and convert it. Ready? Let's check it out. There you go. Right? Same thing. 662. So when I saw that, I saw this was very close to this. So I know if I move that over, then I could estimate it's about half, and I use my options that way. That's another strategy. All right. Whenever we do these questions in class, I want to give you multiple ways to do it. There's the book, textbook way, right? And there's a way that you could estimate it. Anyway, next one, number 4. This one's pretty straightforward because it's not multiple choice. There's not really any good strategy, right? You can't eliminate anything. Here we go. Here's your answer. 320. In order to figure that out, you had to figure out, first of all, how many total people were in each region, right? You had to multiply people per square mile times the square miles. So we had to do this to get 11,100. Had to do the same thing to get 14,500. That's 25,600. And then divide by the total miles, right? You had 30 square miles and 50 square miles. So you had to take that answer divided by 80. Here's the next one. Example 5. Let's see. What's one way to do this one? This takes me back to some of the exponential word problems we did when we described growth and decay. Now, this is not really exponential, but this is what it takes me back to. Here's how I did it. $299 is the sale price. If it's on sale, it's 15% more than cost, right? So here's the way I wrote it out. $299 is 1.15 times the normal cost. You remember how if something is more than usual, we can add it to 100%. This is 15% more than 100%. It's 1.15. And then if you solve that equation, you would divide by 1.15 and you get 260. That's the normal cost from the wholesaler. But then what they're asking is, how much are you going to sell it for? Because you're going to make a profit, right? It says you're going to sell it for 75% more than cost. So now let's take that times 1.75. And if you do that, you get 455. There you go. Here's the SAT version of the solution. Pretty much the same thing. Okay. Since this is shortened because of the survey, we'll kind of be done for today. All right, no real assignments. We'll get started tomorrow with percents, this basic example and the harder example. All right.